So, I would like to welcome Joy Paulson to our Sibley podcast series. We have recently started the NED Talks, which is our nature and environmental discussions, and you are our lead-off speaker. And so we are very, very excited about that program building. But I just kind of wanted you to introduce what is Keep Midland Beautiful. Not a lot of people know.
No, not a lot of people. But first, I'd like to say thank you so much to Sibley and you and Paul and Michael for letting us come in and collaborate. We're super excited. That NED Talk was awesome. You guys were great facilitators. I thought it was awesome. So thank you for the opportunity. So you know me, I'm Joy Paulson. I'm the new executive director for Keep Midland Beautiful. And what Keep Midland Beautiful is, we are a 501c3. Our mission is to go out and educate our community, our citizens on having a waste-free environment, clean, recycling, all the things that you would incorporate with keeping Midland beautiful. So, we have our some of the events that we have are, our Great American Cleanup in the spring, fall sweeps, and what that is we have volunteers that come in, get a nifty T-shirt, go out we provide them with supplies. They go out and clean up areas that need some cleaning. It's work, but I think people come back with a sense of pride. We do tree plantings, our tree keepers. We have a Trash for Cash program, meaning we have other nonprofits that can come in with their groups, go out there and clean, and we pay you to clean up.
Awesome.
Yep.
Win-win.
Yep. And we also offer, community service to those that need it, whether, community service for your probation or community service for schools. So we have a lot of cool stuff going on, which you know all about because you used to be our education outreach. We still talk about you to this day. So pretty cool.
And I think it's a lot of fun because people don't really know about the beautification.
The beautification part, yeah.
And how easy it is to get involved with the community, just signing up your team, your office, your group for the cleanup events or for Trash for Cash or for, hey, let's be a team builder.
Or if you want to loan us your house for a trio of gardens.
Oh, the big fundraiser.
In September or August, September, we have 3 homes that showcase our gardens, and people in the community can buy tickets and go tour them, and the master gardeners out there overseeing, and it's got a lot of cool stuff going on. And to preface this, I've been ED for about 5 months.
Right.
It feels like 5 years, I swear. I mean, it's so cool. It's so cool, everything that I'm learning, and, it's really great to learn from you. I can always just call you and ask you, and so thank you for being that resource.
Well, it's an organization that I believe a lot in. And when Paul said something about, hey, Keep Midland Beautiful, I was like, oh, duh.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have all the components of taking care of nature. I mean, your tree keepers group, your partnerships that the city works with y'all in those parks and
we've had
beautifications.
Some community gardens.
Public school. And then the outreach that you guys do. And I kind of do want to hit on community outreach because that's something that's big at Sibley, but it's also something that is really in y'all's wheelhouse. Getting out into the schools,
teaching about recycling, litter prevention. Also we go into the libraries and teach the little kiddos, and as we had talked in the NED Talk, there's something to be said about getting them when they're young.
Yes,
because it's just that education, and those kids, man, they're excited. They're like, man, I'm doing something. I'm really doing something. And so when you grab them when they're young, so to speak, and educate them, they go through life with always that in their head and that personal responsibility. So it's pretty cool.
I know people are always like, we worry about these kids. And I'm like, no, the kids
are good.
They're going to take care of it.
As I said, the kids are fine.
The kids are going to take care of it. Yeah. Because they pick it up. They love it. They are so excited to get to see you, and they're so excited.
And their brains are like little sponges. They just take it all in, and I'm sure when we go in the schools, maybe they can also spread that to their families, because I think there's definitely an apathy towards litter. You know, it's just like, it's not our problem. It's not our deal. We hate looking at it, but we don't want to do anything about it. So that's why we just really value our volunteers that sign up for these cleanups. We are so appreciative and grateful, because they're going out there and they're making a difference, and just, it's priceless. It's we're grateful.
And all the companies and organizations that you have that sign up.
Yes.
But people don't realize you could just sign up, you and your family, you and your neighborhood.
We've had plenty of families that have done it in memory of their family. They've done their area where they live, and it's something that they're doing in honor of their family, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's pretty special.
And litter, I mean, that's going to be something we need to go ahead and get that elephant out of the room, because a lot of people come to Midland and they're worried about the litter that they see.
Right.
And a lot of the old Midlanders are very worried about the litter that they see. When I would come here and visit my grandparents growing up, it didn't look like this. It didn't look
like that.
Right.
So, we're growing.
Yeah.
So that means, we're in the middle of an oil patch, and that means, we're building more apartments. And what happens when you're building apartments? All that materials, you're throwing it away. Also, throwing your trash in the back of your bed of your truck. You go at high speeds, it's going to fly out everywhere. And then what happens after that? Our Wild West Texas winds just take it all over. So the important part about litter prevention is to make sure it's contained.
Yeah.
If you see the trash can overflowing, can you hold on to it a couple of days before you put in the dumpster? Just let it clear out. And that way, that's one way. If you don't want trash in the cab of your truck, Lowe's has these nifty little, those cans, those big painter can type things. Just stick it in there where it's contained. They're weighted. They don't go flying out. Because a lot of people don't know, I'm throwing it. They don't realize that it's going to fly out.
Yeah.
We know at Keep Midland Beautiful that you can't always volunteer your time, and you're busy and stuff. But if you see something on the ground, pick it up. It's just simple things like that that help tremendously. But keeping the trash contained and not throwing it out your window, we'd really appreciate it if you didn't do that.
And I actually, when I was at Keep Midland Beautiful, there were those marine bucket lids.
Yeah.
That they're online, and they're not very expensive. But I actually got them for everybody in my family, because I'm from a lot of generations of oil field family.
Yeah.
And jumping in the truck with the best intention of throwing that away when you get somewhere, it happens. It's just accidental.
I mean, we're not.
But that bucket with a rock in it, it's wind resistant.
Yeah.
It's easy.
And we're not like, you are doing, because sometimes you just don't even know that you're doing that. But, containing it, making sure that it's in the trash can properly and not in the bed of your truck, those things really, really help. I know that there's big complaints that there's not enough dumpsters in the city, and I can't say that I don't disagree. It's something definitely to talk to the city about. A lot of people think that that's something that we can do something about, and unfortunately, we can't.
Yeah.
We can tip them off. Hey, this isn't this, but talk to your city. See, I'm sure they're always there to help. Yeah. And our city is pretty cool. So.
And I think a lot of people think Keep Midland Beautiful is part of the city, and
the city.
Y'all are not down at the city hall.
We do get a small percentage of city funding, and that is for our Trash for Cash program, like we talked about, them going out and picking up the litter and things of that sort. So that's where that money comes from, but it's not like funding all of our employment and all this sort of things. We definitely rely heavily on our wonderful donors and sponsors who have been incredible to us over the years. So, yeah.
So, kind of talking about volunteering, what does somebody need to do? If someone is hearing this and thinking, I would do community service, or I would set up my team, where's that information?
Yeah, you can go to keepmidlandbeautiful.org, and under the there's a volunteer tab. Just click on that, and you can it gives you a list of all the events and stuff that we have. Our Trash for Cash, community service. We have our Great American Cleanup that's starting up in March, which goes through April. just come to, or you can call us at 432-688-7745, and we'll be happy to get you signed up. And I mean, it'll be too cool for school if you do. So
Yeah. And I think that people don't also realize about maybe the Tree Keepers organization.
And we're always looking for people to join our Tree Keepers. So what Tree Keepers is one of our beautification committees, and we have a great group. These folks, they know their trees, they know how to plant, and what we do is the city scouts like parks that are in need of trees, and we get a fabulous sponsor that sponsors some trees. We get the trees, we bring the Tree Keepers and go out to the parks, and the city does a really great job of digging the holes and the irrigation, and we go out and we plant some cool trees. And typically traditionally they pick a park that's close to a school, so we'll get the schools involved. Last fall we had Coleman High School come. We planted, oh my gosh, 60, 70 trees under 45 minutes. Because those kids came out there and man, they were so excited. And the idea is that have them come, and that's something that they can check on their tree, make sure it's cool, and tell their kids, hey, I planted that tree. Yeah. And it was a sense of pride, and they were so excited. So Tree Keepers, it's one of our beautifications. And if there's somebody out there listening that wants to sponsor a tree planting, hit us up at keepmidlandbeautiful.org. We'll be happy to help facilitate that.
And some of the other beautification things, because y'all are part of Keep Texas Beautiful and Keep America Beautiful. The park, the mural down there that lots of people take pictures at Volunteer Park.
Volunteer Park, the girl with the balloons.
The girl with the balloons.
This was all pre-me, so I don't have a lot of information, but it's one of the beautifications. And also, too, reach out if you have an idea.
Yeah.
When I took the seat from Doreen Womack, who had been for almost 20 years, and she just, kind of paved the way. One of the things is just being new is come talk to me.
Yeah.
I want to hear your suggestions, ideas, because that only makes us better.
Yeah. Open conversation.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And, even though we're a 501c3 and we're not necessarily part of the city and whatever, we serve you, Midland, and we need you to help us serve too. So
yeah,
it's
kind of about building the team.
Building a team,
I think.
I mean, and we rely heavily on volunteers, as you know.
Yeah.
And and even if you can't volunteer, just if you see the trash, pick it up.
And y'all have Texas Recycles Day.
Texas Recycles Day.
We would always get calls in the office. When's Texas Recycles Day?
So it was, last year was at November 11th. Right now it's kind of tentative because it's still kind of far out, and then we try to plan around, school events and things like that. So Texas Recycles Day is a day that you can come and bring any secure documents that need to be shredded. CMC Metals comes out that takes in your ovens, dryers, washers, all those good kind of metals. We'll take in your cardboard, your plastics, aluminum, and we have our electronics and tires.
Paper shredding too.
Yeah, paper shredding. Yeah, I said
paper shredding too.
Yeah.
So if you say
and Goodwill came out this year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all the stuff that we don't want in a landfill.
Yeah. And a way to get rid of it. Mm-hmm. If you've got it at the back of your garage, just kind of set it back there and put a November note on there.
Or if you can't wait until Texas Recycles Day, give us a call and we'll direct you to where you can go.
So, yeah. And, of course, I know y'all do lots of presentations about recycling.
Yes.
I know that y'all do lots of programs, really awesome programs with schools that want to build a recycling program that you'll go in and help them get it, and you get funding for it.
Yeah.
But in that, I don't think a lot of people realize on y'all's website there is a lot of information about how to get rid of things like batteries and like and they're all always confirmed. always checked in on, and that is at the back of your website.
Yeah, we have an FAQ tab. Go, frequently asked questions. And if there's a question on there that it's not answered for you, just give us a call. Yeah, I mean, it's a wealth of knowledge. I mean, it's everything from our tree plantings to recycling in schools to presentation to our calendar. And we have Tamara. She's really
Awesome.
great.
You'll have a really great team right now. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm happy for K&B. It's K&B. Before I was ED, I was on the board, and it's to me, it's always like that, the little engine that could.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's quite literally like that.
It is, and with just a positive way to spend some time, spend your day. And so on recycling, a lot of times the recycling in Midland, that is a question a lot of people have. What can we recycle? Where can we recycle it? And I think even why can't we do this or this or that? And so where are the locations in Midland they can take recycling?
So in Midland, what we can recycle is number 1 and number 2 plastics, which are like your water bottles, your juice bottles. Now it's even like before you can even do your laundry detergent bottles. Now, we can do that. The best way to know if you can recycle your plastic is to look at the bottom of the bottle. Yeah. And now they're kind of putting it on the top. Yeah, we do.
Like right on the bottom. Like
right on the bottom. And sometimes they've been putting them up there too. There's a triangle. But sometimes that triangle too, you'll see like it's recycled, but you can't really take it recycled.
And some of the water bottles have gotten so flimsy. I don't even think they're putting a triangle. But if it's a drinking, if you can drink out of it,
recycle it, and you can leave the label on, and you can leave the cap on.
Which is new. That used to be you're not supposed to.
I went back and fact checked again. Went to Keep Texas Beautiful, Keep America Beautiful, because at one point, the caps were number 5, but now what I'm reading is we've advanced so much in the recycling that it's able to take that small.
Yeah.
And when we say number 1 and number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, it's all the chemicals that's put into those plastics and what it takes to break down to make them recyclable.
Right.
So. Just that. But there's we can also do cardboard. Make sure it's clean. Can't be a pizza box with all this grease and stuff. It has to, because that causes contamination. Paper, shredded. I think they take I know they take the shredded one at the Citizens Collection Center. Aluminum, like Citizen. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah. So the Citizen, there's 4 recycling. So Citizens Collection Station, BRI Recycling. Then you have Secure Document Shredding. Okay. And Recycle Midland. Okay. So Citizen Collection will take your paper, your number 1 and your number 2, your cardboard.
Flatten
so it makes more room.
So there's room for all
and aluminum. Yeah. Now, when it's paper, when you're going to recycle your paper, it can't be anything like shiny or that has like
magazine
the magazine sort of thing. Just plain old paper. They also take like maybe your tree trimmings, things like that. They take some bulky items like patio furniture, and things like that. I would always call first before you bring it up there, because they might turn you away and there might be a little frustration on that part. BRI is taking aluminum. I did follow up. They are taking the tin cans
at BRI.
At BRI,
not at the Citizens Collection.
Not at the Citizens Collection Station. Citizens will take the aluminum, but not the tin cans. BRI will.
Yeah.
In some cases, I've heard that they take the batteries. Just call and ask, because there's certain batteries that they take. But Midland Battery will take your batteries.
Yeah.
And then secure document shredding obviously will take your secure documents to be shredded. Electronics are always really, really tricky. Citizens Collection does not take it. But I did hear that Best Buy will take some of your recycles, your electronics back for recycling.
Yeah.
That's what I was told in a tenant meeting. So I called, and then it was like, we do, but we don't call ahead. So
go ahead and call them.
I think there's so many people that want to recycle and they want to recycle right. They just don't know. And that's part of Keep Midland Beautiful's mission, is to get that word out on how to recycle right.
Right.
Not to contaminate your recycling, like we talked about with the pizza boxes. It's cardboard. No, you can't quite.
Yeah.
And if you're going to recycle, your orange juice bottles and milk jugs, make sure they're cleaned out nice and neat. And just those little things. And it takes work, but it's worth it.
And if you're doing it correctly, at least those things. I mean, you can complain about what we can and cannot do, but if you're doing the things we can do right, then one, maybe it'll grow, and then two,
it's one less thing for our landfill. And that's the thing, our landfill, I don't know if anybody's been by there. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And, they're just out there constantly flattening it, bulking it up, burying it, and it's just like, ugh. So
yeah, and I don't think I think some people that especially move here from where there was because when I moved back from Jacksonville, I had a little container that I got to put out in my yard. But there they have a company. It's not the city. They have a company that is doing that, and they can sort. Here, Butts Recycling is bailing all of this and taking it somewhere else.
Taking it somewhere else.
And they don't have the staff to sort.
Right. I mean, and if it's not clean and if it's not recycled right, like making sure it's clean, it's not contaminated, it's the right 1 and 2 plastic, cardboard, paper that's not shiny, all those things, if it's not right, it just goes back into our landfill.
Yeah. And it just makes it easier for them to bill it. It goes to the right place where they can sell it or move it, where they have to ship it to you. If you've ever gone in there, and they will actually take you on a tour if you would like to go see Butts Recycling. You have to do a call in advance. But if you see the bales that they're having to take out, and cardboard goes back to cardboard. Aluminum cans go back to aluminum. That's why they don't want anything else in there. And the 1 and 2 plastics go back to 1 and 2 plastics. So that's why we can't do the bigger numbers. So that's
speaking of metals too, because Citizens Collection Station doesn't take it. BRI doesn't take metals. I would call CMC metals, because they, and in many instances they might pay you back, like. Your ovens, your refrigerators, certain metals that you have, I would call. At one point, they were taking batteries. I think the smaller batteries they were taking. You might want to check with CMC metals, too. It fluctuates. It's like one day, they take in, next day they can't. So there's some inconsistencies, but they're trying.
Right.
So, yeah. And we love them.
Yeah. And so we covered what we could do, and then
I wanted to say something real quick. Speaking of the recycling, because it is difficult. There is a service, Brad Connell with B&K Recycling.
Yes,
he picks up our recycling in schools and also at Midland Shared Spaces. If anybody's interested, he's also on our website. He will come to your home and pick up your recycling. He does charge a service. It just depends on what it is. Check in with him. He can give you prices. But that's just one way just to know that you're recycling right, know it's clean, and know where it's going to go. And
he'll come pick it up.
Yeah, come pick it up for you.
And that was pretty cool. And it was something that he actually started for his son's Eagle Scout project with Keep Midland Beautiful.
And it just blew up into
something really awesome.
And he's so cool. He's so knowledgeable and friendly.
Yeah.
And he will be happy to take your recycling.
Yeah.
So.
And he knows his stuff. He knows what to sort and what not to sort.
And I heard he's very, very reasonable. So.
Yeah. I haven't actually looked at. I just still take mine to Citizens Collection Station so I can say hi to everybody.
Yeah, I know, our city.
I do take mine to Butts too sometimes, but
and hopefully soon we'll have a second location for the Citizens Collection Station.
Oh yeah. So will there be two, or are they just moving that?
I think everything is just still in talks and process. I had heard it was going to close down and go to a new location. I heard they're going to keep that location and do a second location. I would love for that location to still be there, and I would love to have something off, on the other side, south. They need it too. I mean, so I think having a second location would just be so cool.
Well, and I know too that used to, you could just pull in with your truck full of tree limbs and things like that to the citizens collection station, and now there is a wall there and oil field happening all around
It's
it.
pretty crazy, right?
So they've kind of changed some of their rules at the citizens collection station about this has to be bagged and this goes in this one, and you can't just show up with trailer loads of stuff without giving them a heads
encouraged
up.
to call first before you take that sort of like your bulky items and your tree limbs. And I've heard everything's smooth. I just take it out there, and then I've heard, well, they told me to do this. So sometimes, like we talked about, their rules change, and they don't always give us a heads up. So I'm sorry, I don't have all that detailed information. So
and sometimes I know they get the rule change from recycling, or they get the rule change from someone down the road doing, and so it's very fluid. I think what they can and can't do, what they can and can't take, or they are taking something and then we're not going to take that anymore for whatever reason.
And Midland, we're becoming such a progressive town that I would just love to see the recycling and the litter. And I think the more people that we educate and the more people that get on board and the more people do it, I think we'll get there too. Another thing that people get frustrated in seeing is our plastic bags. We see them everywhere, and I hate it too.
The mesquite flower.
The mesquite flower, and it's so sad. But if you do have those extra plastic bags, just know that HEB and Target takes those back.
Yeah.
They have a recycling program and reusable bags. Yeah. Just use them. I know they're kind of a pain and they're kind of awkward, but
and we did have a really sweet girl when I was at Keep Midland Beautiful, who for her Girl Scout Gold Award project, she actually came up with teaching about love knots and went around to the schools and would teach the kids. We would actually take plastic bags and tie them into a knot and teach the kids how to tie them into a knot. And just by putting that knot in the bag, it keeps it from blowing out of the dumpster or the back of your truck or the trash bag. And even if you have done everything you're supposed to do and put it all in the dumpster and that dumpster lid's not shut or it blows open, things are going to fly out, and then that's accidental.
I just beg
but
you.
But a love knot, I thought that was so cute. And
it's
she
bright.
Tighten the knot, keep it from blowing away and becoming a microplastic. Let's talk about microplastics.
So microplastics are when, our plastic bottles and our plastics go down to these little tiny particles that are impossible to pick up, and then the animals and the insects, and it's microplastics are the biggest form of trash in Texas. I read, as I told in Ned Talk, that we all have microplastics inside of our body the size of a credit card. Wild.
Yeah.
So crazy.
It's in our clothes.
It's in our clothes. And it's everywhere. And we're talking about the deterioration, the breakdown of a plastic bag and a water bottle. It just takes a couple of weeks in this West Texas heat.
The single-use straws.
The single-use straws.
And I know different people went through all kinds of different straws. I kind of just quit using. I won't take a straw or a plastic lid, but single-use straws. The bags and what was the other one you said? The three big ones that become microplastics.
So we have the straws, our plastic bags, the lids off of the drinks. Those are a big one. Yeah. Because how many times have we gone out and picked up and it just disintegrates in our hands?
Yeah, right.
And it's simply just, it either goes flying out of somebody's window or the back of their truck, gets thrown away, and it somehow, doesn't make it in the trash can quite right.
Yeah.
Ends up in a parking lot. I just beg of you, please just throw it away. I mean, I'm not trying to lecture anybody. Yeah. These are facts. I think we can all agree we want a clean place to live.
Yes.
But if you're thinking you're not hurting anybody by throwing out trash, another person's thinking that same thing, and another person, and collectively, this is what we're dealing with. Anytime you go outside of the county, is one big microplastic litter ground, and unfortunately, we can't send our volunteers out there because it's dangerous. You know, it's
out on the highway.
out on the highways and you know, so
because y'all really are stuck within the city limits.
Yeah, we are. We have to protect and keep our volunteers safe. And I know that there were programs, you know, where the city had the jailies going on. I thought that was pretty awesome. I'm not sure why they don't do that anymore. I wish they'd bring it back. That's an opportunity for these guys, women go out and clean and do something for their community and their community service. And they did a really great job. I loved them when they were at Feast of Sharing. They helped do the cleanups. They're really cool people. And so,
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened
Maybe
either.
Go on a discovery
Maybe,
mission.
I don't know what that's going to take, but I would love to see it come back. I think it's just a wonderful resource, you know, just not only for our volunteers, but, you know, just them going out and getting some fresh air, picking up some trash.
And cleaning up all that.
And cleaning up all that mess. Yeah. Like I said, you know, we're growing, and just when things grow, the more trash. But
and you can adopt the highway. You can adopt the highway.
You can adopt the highway.
DOT.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can. Well, they can come to us, and we'll guide them on the paperwork and everything. You can do an adopt a spot here in Midland. It's not scary at all. So yeah, we'd love to see that.
And that's a really cool program too. And that's outside of city limits on the Adopt a Highway.
Yeah, Adopt a Highway.
What is y'all's called? Adopt a Spot.
Adopt a spot.
In town. Out of town, Adopt a
Highway. Yeah.
And that's a pretty cool program. We just did that with my dad's sign.
Where's your dad's sign?
It's down in Junction by my mom's house, on the London Highway.
Oh, you did? I saw the picture you took. That was pretty cool.
But it has his name on it, and we're going to have a couple of cleanups a year.
It's a great way to
and they said
honor.
They said the fall sweeps and Great American Cleanup times. And I was like, huh. And my mom goes, that's the same time as yours. I'm like, it's a statewide program.
Yeah, it's a statewide program. Great American Cleanup.
Don't mess with Texas.
Don't mess with Texas.
Great American Cleanup,
Don't mess with Texas. We really need to bring that slogan back. Because I remember when it first came back, I was scared. I was like, I better not even think about, like, if a piece of paper or something, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get fined. But speaking of that, you know, when those fines, there just isn't, there's a core group of people that, like, for the illegal dumping and stuff, and it's just like an army of three. It's hard to keep up with.
Yes.
And, you know, again, we're growing, and, you know, as we know, our Midland City Police Department, they're understaffed just like everybody else, so keeping up with ticketing. But if you get caught illegal dumping, you're in big time too. So I'm telling you, they're watching.
They'll come get
Big Brother's watching you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And for outreach, if somebody wants to come, have you guys come talk to their school or classroom about recycling or litter prevention? Those are the big ones. Y'all also talk about beautification. What do they need to do? Yeah,
they can call us 432-688-7745 or shoot us an email, kmb at keepmidlandbeautiful.org, or go to our site. And Tamara Prusner, she's our education outreach. She's awesome. She's a lot of fun. She'll set you up. We're always happy to do education or events or things like that. And we're excited for spring. Everything's, everybody's kind of stretching their legs. And we'd love for you to stretch your legs and pick up some trash with us.
Yeah. And easy things that you can do. Stop using single-use plastics. Tie a love knot in your bag. Because we're even seeing them out on the trail. We were actually black lighting out on the trail for our scorpion walk.
I heard Michael saying
during our fall festival. And the only thing that's supposed to glow is the scorpions.
And it was all that trash.
Just little microplastics.
And
they're everywhere.
And they're impossible to keep up with, because there's just so much. And there's an apathy that grows through. You're just like, you're just overwhelmed. But just reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yep.
Use your Stanley cup, please.
Yeah. I will
use your Yetis, use your, it also saves you a ton of money, and it saves our earth.
Yeah.
And I know we were doing like the paper straws, and we all know those don't last.
They're terrible.
There's reusable straws that you can get off of Amazon.
Yes.
That sort of thing. I think with the plastics, the single-use plastics, it's a matter of convenience. But I think we just kind of train ourselves to, our way of thinking that we don't want this we don't want to look at it every day. Pick it up, throw it away. Just do your part, make your mark.
Yeah. And I like that. Do your part, make your mark. Not using single-use plastics, picking up litter when you see it, helping out. Even if you can't sign up to volunteer.
Just pick it up.
We had the 10 on Tuesday pledge.
10 on Tuesday.
And the kids loved that.
Yeah.
Like, they would stand up and say it like it was the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah. I'm going to get my 10. But you can do that.
You can probably do that when you're taking your trash out in the alley.
I'm gonna pick
there's
up
always
10
trash.
pieces of litter on Tuesday. That's
10
not
pieces.
hard.
No, it's not hard.
You could do it when you're walking from your car to your office. Or on your lunch break. Or what else could they do? What could you do tomorrow? Start recycling. Start recycling that you do have.
Come to us. Oh, we're happy. And like I said, if there's some ideas that you guys have that can help improve the waste in our community, we're open. The Ned Talk, thank you again for having us, because awesome. I had a lot of your audience members come with some really great ideas that spurned some things that we're going to start doing differently. So, we have our programs, we have our education, we have all this, but sometimes it's just those little ideas that
start a little fire.
Start a little fire.
Like a little light it up.
Yeah.
And the fun part too is when people come with questions, instead of just being at home going, why don't? If they come to you with the question, you might have the answer, or it might be able to get it where you can go find that answer.
We have good resources, and Keep America Beautiful, Keep Texas Beautiful. I'd encourage anybody to go on and look. They've got a wealth of knowledge on there, and everything. On everything. And
if you're new to Midland, we talked about tree keepers, and I cannot believe I did not say about the tree keeping guide. If you're new to Midland or old to Midland, and you are wanting to plant a tree, huge thing, right tree, right place. That is a big mantra of the tree keepers. We have these
lovely tree guide for the permit on how to plant, what works well in our environment.
What to plant, how much space to give it.
Yes.
It kills me when people put in a whole bunch of little trees close together for boom when they need to be this far apart so that it could get... Yeah, and that's on your website digital, but you can also get them from me.
We just have all kinds of cool stuff that... a lot of cool things, to beautify your own home and recycling and all the good stuff. But it just takes that initiative, and we just really appreciate. I'm telling you, once you see the bigger picture and you see what the litter's doing to our community and what it does for our future, and get into, it'll change your mind.
Yeah,
you'll see things a lot differently. We complain about it. I hear a lot of people complain, but I hate to say it, but I will say it. It's your trash too.
Yeah.
It's everyone's trash. Unfortunately, and I don't like it for anybody, but we have to do our part. We have to do our part.
What we used to say, because if everybody picked up 10 on Tuesday, how many people live here now? A lot of people live here now.
A lot of people. So I looked at the census, and it was like I'm sure it's more. But the census, it was like 187,000.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more. But that was I looked on the Midland, Texas census, and that's what it said. And I was like, wow, that seems like it should be like over 200,000.
Yeah.
So.
And it makes you feel good to do your part, doing something for your community. I can't walk by and not just pick it up, put it in my car or whatever. And if you're a complainer, if you'd rather complain than pick up trash, you can do both. You can complain while you're picking up trash and putting it in your flyaway bag, and then your bag will be heavy, and you won't have to worry about it.
Nope.
Catch a win. Look at that. Win-win.
Win-win. Just doing our part.
Well, do you have anything else that you'd like to add on yours and your information to get a hold of you and your education director now, Tamara, if they
Prusner, yes.
want to reach out to her about coming to do a presentation?
Yeah, and we have our litter prevention coordinator that will, Renee, that will be happy to set you up for Trash for Cash. It's for nonprofits only.
Yeah. That's a cool program.
Yeah, it's a very cool program. I mean,
because you can actually sign up your baseball team, soccer team, football team, any group that has a nonprofit.
Any nonprofit can
and
sign
schools,
up.
that counts schools because they fit under the school's nonprofit. That if you need some extra funds,
I mean, we've had other nonprofits in Midland Shared Spaces that have signed up. So
anybody can come.
We have Master Gardeners that are going to be doing it now.
Heck yeah!
The lady that was at the Ned Talk, I forget. I'm horrible with names, but she's going to sign up to do that.
And when you're reading that on the website, it does say you can earn up to a certain amount of money. Realize that you had to put in the hours to
take
earn
pictures,
that money, take pictures, but it's actually pretty
But we
easy
provide you with the materials, the pickers, the gloves, the trash bags.
And you'll do that also for both cleanup events in the fall and spring if you sign up your team.
And you get a T-shirt. If you sign up, I know, you get a free T-shirt. It's pretty cool.
Swag.
Love where you live T-shirt. So, and we have those dates posted for our Great American Cleanup that's starting up in March. And we do have deadlines for the T-shirt, but you get a T-shirt, some snacks, and,
gloves and bags.
And we'll brag on you on our social media.
Oh.
Everybody likes a social media shout out.
Everybody likes that.
Yeah. But no, we really are thankful for our volunteers. Even when I was on the board, I'm seeing that, and now Edie, I'm seeing the same core group that sign up. So we have some very dedicated, and we have dedicated citizens that do their part every single day, not only our cleanup. So we really appreciate that.
And I think that's kind of what we're hoping to accomplish with our NED Talks and the nature and environmental discussions, and also getting to do this podcast, is that people know the resources that are out there.
Yeah.
People that are new to our community, especially knowing about Keep Midland Beautiful, knowing about Sibley Nature Center, having nature trails that are open to the public for free to come out.
Oh, yeah.
And ours are pet friendly as well, but you have to please pick up after your pet.
Please do that. You know what's so crazy is that I've seen some trails around here, where, yes, they pick up their dog's poop, but they tie it to a tree or to a limb. Have you seen that?
Yes.
I'm like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was a reason for it. So I'm looking for signs that say, do this and tie it to a tree. No, they're picking up their... I don't know if they think that that's the proper place to put it, but no, put it in the trash can, please.
Yeah, so that it's easy for us to find. I'm not sure, but we would really appreciate it if it made it all the way to the trash. Trash can, yeah.
And I'm not judging. I'm just saying I didn't understand why they were doing that, so I'm glad you brought that up because I don't think that's the way it's supposed to go.
Cleaning up after your pet, too, like on city streets and on sidewalks and on other people's yards. That's an important part of keeping Midland beautiful.
And please don't put your baby's diaper in the parking lot,
diapers,
please.
No contamination.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. Just take the time.
Yeah.
It takes 2 seconds.
2 more seconds.
Quite literally. And, you don't want to get caught littering because somebody might say something to you. I won't, but maybe I'll just give you a mean eye.
I'll say something. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Got to be careful now these days. We don't want that's not the message we're trying to... Don't yell at anybody. But, the stink eye is okay.
Yeah. Teacher face.
Or maybe just pick it up in front of them and just take it and then, Yeah. I don't know.
Give them the pointy teacher finger with the eye. Yeah. That works. I can come. We can do some training.
Yeah.
25 years of teaching. I have it down.
That's right.
This was my This fall was my 25th year as a certified teacher.
Well, thank you.
And now,
I'm sure you've made impressions on many dozens and dozens and dozens of kids. I bet you they sit back and think, man, I remember. She was like the best teacher ever. I can see that.
Well, thank you. That's very flattering. And we also have, speaking of that, education presentations that you can come out to Sibley and talk to us, or we'll come talk to you.
Yeah, no. I think Sibley's very lucky to have you. Very lucky.
Finally rolling.
Yep.
Rolling like I'm retired, but I'm not retired. I'm still busy working.
Yeah, you are very busy. Oh, you know what? We have Earth Day coming up. Earth Day, and we collaborate with the West Texas Food Bank, and we do tree seedling gives away. Apache sponsors that. So.
Are you going to give away trees again this year?
We are.
At Earth 30. We're actually going to come this year.
I was going to say, I feel like you're going to be there. So
I'm coming
we're going to be here.
On Earth Day. And that's at the West Texas Food Bank.
Texas Food Bank. And if you haven't been out there, it's on Andrews Highway. I don't know the exact physical address, but it's by Boot Barn.
Yeah.
And, man.
It look
they're cool.
And if you haven't been out there and you're driving by, it looks like a space center of some kind,
like
with the biodomes.
Like a silo, and they got the biodomes. But they've done a really good job with, like, planting and stuff like that, which also you guys at Sibley, man, like, when we had Sibley was fortunate enough to partner with Keep Midland Beautiful, part of Trio Homes, and Sibley was part of that. And I was super impressed. It was really cool. If you guys go out and check it out, they've done amazing work out there.
Our little education
and all the dragonflies that I saw.
Yes,
I saw all kinds of cool insects. And when my kid was growing up, the Sibley camps that you guys did, I mean, I couldn't keep her away. That was what she wanted to do.
And we still have that.
And she would just come home so excited. And, like, you know, I like at the checkout lines, all the, like, the little insect stuff. I want that. I mean, she just was really pumped. So
that's cool.
I'm happy that we're able to collaborate and
we're
talk
49 acres out there on the edge of town.
It's really cool.
It's a little hidden gem, I think.
It really is a hidden gem.
Realize that we're out there.
And it's all these things that just are indigenous, you know, to the area. And like,
the plants and animals. And in our little education garden, Jennifer has lots of native things. And, of course, out in our trail area, we have lots of native things. Or things that do well with water. And she's done a really, really pretty job.
That's done really great.
And we've got a brand new exhibit opening with our inside the museum. Michael's been working on the animals from the last ice age down to the modern.
That's pretty cool.
FMH Foundation hooked us up with that opportunity to be able to build that out. So if you've been to Sibley, but you haven't come lately, you should come check it out.
You should come check it out. No, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And I really enjoy this partnership and really enjoy being able to, both of us, to talk about Midland. Yeah. Things that are important, things that we need to improve on. So,
and our home that we're proud of. Yeah. Because you are where you live.
Love where you live.
Love where you live. Yeah. Make the best of it. Yeah. And find the little hidden beautiful places.
No, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to our projects this spring.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions about any of the things we've talked about for Keep Midland Beautiful, Joy will be glad to listen and answer questions or go find the answers.
And we have an open door anytime you want to come in.
So. And Sibley, come on in. We're open from 9 to 6 at the museum space, and the trails are 365 days a year, 7 days a week. So cool. Dusk till dawn. You really shouldn't be out there after dark.
Yeah,
because we do actually have wildlife.
Yeah, I was going to say you don't know what kind of critters are out there. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And especially if they're looking for a water source.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry, didn't mean to
No. But thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Looking forward to working together in 2024. It's going to be a great year.